Hey guys, Arm&Gun here, talking today about the HK G36. This is in fact the real deal, straight from HK in Germany. Tom Bostic with Tommy Built in the States does awesome clones off of SL8s, and this is in fact a real deal. I've even got the Hensoldt dual optic. Basically this gun is what you would see issued to the Bundeswehr, I think is the pronunciation for the German military. So it's got your, I think this is an 18.9 inch barrel, flash hider, bayonet lug. There's a grenade launcher lug under here as well. If you watched my video about the AG36 or the stock options, stock and handguard options for this thing, you'll have seen me pull that off and show you all that in more detail. But at any rate, today I just want to talk about the gun itself, a couple different quick accessory options like the Knight's Armament flip-up sights that you can, and optics rail you can toss on there, different magwell, and just kind of cover the gun in all its awesome German glory. So polymer handguard. I don't have any of the rails for it, but you can see there are rail mounting positions on the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions. This is the bipod. This is an add-on. And so there's basically a little spring in there. This little pin pops out, and then you can pull your bipod on or off. There's the cross pin for the handguard, in this case, has a swing swivel. This isn't stock either. This is just another piece that I found and added to this thing here. We'll talk about the magwell in a bit. It's of course a semi-automatic lower. A full auto lower would definitely be a no-no in Canada. It's got the G36C stock, just a little bit slightly shorter length of pull. It does, as I showed in the stock video, if you fold it over, it clips in to this part right here, this little nub, and it still allows the ejection port to fully function. It's clear, so the injecting brass just goes through this gap over here. So this tape is because in that stock video, I was swapping out the stocks readily. I've showed a few different types of stocks, and there's a massive roll pin in here, like unbelievably big. Like I haven't seen another one that big ever. It sits in there and it's super tight and hard to get out because it's not supposed to come out. So I just pulled it out altogether and put a little pin that's roughly the same diameter. It's a little sloppy and it's also going to fall out. So I just put a little piece of tape there just for the purposes of the videos and swapping stocks around, getting pictures from my Instagram account, which you should totally check out. It's at arm.and.gun, and I post pictures daily there and videos, condensed versions of these videos sometimes. Anyways, ambi selector, fire safe. This is all HK designs, basically, at least all the modern ones. You can run them in safe even if the gun is been charged, which is a nice feature. Even their new 416 can do that, which ARs traditionally have never been able to do that. It's a bit frustrating. But yeah, okay, so let's butt tip. We've talked about the C-style stock, talked about the lower. This Hensoldt dual optic is honestly a garbage optic, but it is really cool. It completes the look of the gun. That's the G36 you see in the movies, you see in the video games, you've just seen in military pictures. This is the one. Very cool. So the dual is because there is a magnified optic down below and then a red dot up above, and it gives you quite high height over bore. Not very good, but I digress. This one's dual powered as well. So there's a little sliding dust cover door here. Actually, it blocks light. There's a little fiber optic in here, much like a Trijicon, the way they operate. Well, part of the way the Trijicon operates. They also use tritium, but this is fiber optic, picks up light, translates it into a little dot down there. So if you've got enough ambient light, this works. Sometimes if you go from a dark place to a really bright place though, you get what's called a bloom, is when all of a sudden this light rushes in and it just, overpowers the optic, and then it just gets all fuzzy on you. So a big red dot. Anyways, so you can close that and power manually. This is off, this is all the way on, and everywhere in between is just a brightness dial. So you can have it as dim or as bright as you like. This optic is a German reticle. I'm probably not gonna be able to, I'm not gonna be able to show it to you. Just, sorry to say this, but just Google it. I think it's a 3.5 power. It's a 3.5 power, 4 power. They also came out with, I think, 1.5 powers, but this is the more magnified of the ones. This is, I believe, a 3.5. And to see through there, they've also, you know, obviously a cutout in the front of the handle for you to see through. Moving further up, this is the cross pin for the handguard. This guy here, it's an add-on accessory. I just added it for this one. You know what, this is my second time doing this video, and I can't remember if I already talked about this or the handguard or the bipod, but if I didn't, this is kind of embarrassing. If I didn't, there's a little leaf spring in here because the bipod pops right off. Leaf spring allows you to pull a pin out, bipod comes off. Yeah, I totally talked about this because of the rails as well. 3, 6, and 9. I don't have them, but they are available. The bipod legs fold right out, and once it's all the way out, it swivels. These legs are not adjustable. They're the height you get them, and that's what you got. But there's a bit of pivot, bit of swivel. So you're pretty good. Well, sorry, no swivel, just tilting for controlling for evenness of the ground. And they just collapse by dropping these little guys right here. And it is kind of nice. It's not bad to hold on to. It's not bad, not a bad design. So covered all that, we're good. So that's the rifle in a snapshot in its standard capacity. Let's pop out the magwell. This is your standard German magazine, 30 rounder, pinned to 5 because I'm in Canada. And they insert like an AR mag, like straight in, but they release like an AK with a flapper lock. So these mags, really quickly, not to be confused with a SIG mag. This is from a SIG 540, SIG 550, also a 30 round pin to 5. They both feature locking tabs, but this is a true rock and lock design. This is a insert and then flapper release. So that's just the distinctions here. I've had some people ask if these guns use these magazines, and as you can see, they don't. So that's that for those, that's that for that. And that's that for this guy too. This magwell just pops out, the quick little push pin. There's handy dandy storage for not 1, not 2, but 4. Actually 1 redundant because he only has 3. Push pins back there. Then this magazine release, you just kind of flip with a flapper, kind of wiggle it out there, and it eventually, with a bit of finagling, pops out. And literally it just hooks into these pins on either side. And then the flapper lock locks it in, and that's your magwell. So that's there. This is a Stanag style with a little push button release over here, and it goes in exactly the same way. And grab my little handy dandy pin, pop it in, and you've just converted your G36 to accept standard AR-15 magazines. So we can get really original and put a PMag in there. That's just like that. Again, there's only one way to pull them out though. There's no more flapper lock. That's just permanently locked back there. There is a push button release though. Gets that guy out. You can use a HK translucent style if you want to stick true to the classic G36 look. That guy's also in there. Very nice, very nice. You can even go put in a banana clipazine if you so choose and look extra silly. 40 round PMag basically just died with a Chikorita sticker on there just for fun. But hey, you've got a G36, so those liberals are already furious and crying at the same time. So why not put a drum in there? This is a Magpul D60, 60 rounds. Unless you're in Canada, then you got 5. And this thing is literally just a dead weight to look cool, but that's the drum. And to get really crazy, here is a Surefire 100 round coffin mag. Again, cleverly pinned to 5. And then the rivet is in the way, so it can't get in the gun, so you gotta grind it down and make your mag look gross. Lovely. And that's just excessive, so we will leave it there. And now we're gonna toss out these carry handles because I'm going to show you a different carry handle. This guy right here. And this guy is all aluminum. It's gorgeous. Got built-in flip-up sights, front and rear. Super nice. I'll show you that guy, and then we'll quickly toss on these night sights as well. Pretty happy that I have these. A buddy found these for me. So I've already taken the liberty of popping out the front and rear screws, but this guy, all you do is take a Phillips, just give this guy a quick little spin, and she's out. It's gonna drop the little clip on the, oh, I didn't quite get it. Oh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. There we go. It's out. It's a little clasp on the opposite side. This guy will pop out. The front little tab as well. I just put them back together so I don't lose any of these little parts. Just spin this guy on here, and that's it. There's 3 of them in total. Here, here, and here. And then this thing, just give it a bit of a tap, slides backwards. It's just pressure fit. And that's it. There's your Hensoldt, super overpriced piece of garbage optic, which looks really cool. And it's kind of neat. It's just your field of view is super small. Height over bore issues, just lots of stuff. This is getting in my way, otherwise I would leave it. Pop this HK mag back in there. Cool, so you just run her flat top, just for kicks. No, let's toss this guy on really quickly. This is your new optics rail. This tends to be the one the military goes for nowadays. Let's get this guy in here. Just line it up and then slide it forward. Hits when it's fully forward. And there it is. That's pretty good looking system right there. Flip those sights up. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. So you can mount any optic you want all the way down here, night vision, whatever else you think is going to make you look cool. But let's pop this guy off and review now the Knights pieces. So I've actually never put these on the guns before. They've got their own set of hardware, which I'm just going to take off for ease because I don't need it getting in the way. So we're just going to slide this little guy on. No, it doesn't want to go in there. Obviously it has to go in this way. I think we just slide him on. Yeah, we do. It's a nice snug fit. Oh, that's great. I like that. Okay, so front guy is the same. I'm going to pull this guy out first. Sorry, I should have done this in advance. I didn't even realize this had its own set of hardware. But look at that. Super quick, and it's out. So the guy goes in here. Looks like it slides on this way. It does. Look at that. It's not quite going all the way, but that's for all intents and purposes. Am I doing something wrong? I could be doing something wrong. I'm probably doing something wrong. No, that does appear to be correct. Next time I need to do this in advance, so I got my stuff figured out. And don't waste your time, because now this is going to be a 15-minute video by the time I get finished talking about HK and how they're dicks for not making their G36s available. There we go, for the general public. So, cool. There we go. There's a super overpriced option that actually looks kind of neat. These little front sight posts are notoriously expensive because they're rare and people like them now. These are standard Knights Armament Co. micro flip-up sights, which are nicely adjustable. You've got just enough rail space there to add, say, a hollow sun, because they're pretty sweet. Again, stuff I should probably have prepared in advance. There we go. Cool. Well, look at that. Isn't that cute? So that's your gun, and they don't co-witness quite. We need to have this a bit lower. But anyways, there you go. You've now seen a couple different optics options, and a hollow sun. Those are super cool. Just a good value optic if you're too cheap to buy at any point. And I think that's all I want to talk about, other than a quick caliber comparison, because we can't forget those. This gun is chambered in 223 or 5.56. That's this little beauty right here. For a quick comparison sakes, this is the 7.62 by 39, the traditional AK round. You've also got your 308, 7.62 by 51, and that's on the little higher side, obviously. And for For kicks, here's a 9mm. So you can see what the difference is there. Traditional handgun or submachine gun ammo, rifle ammo, and why the heck not, 50 BMG next to the 223 or 5.56. So that's your range. Here's a 9, 223, 50 BMG comparison. That's the gun, and this is long enough already, so I'll talk about the HK stuff in another video. Just their attitude towards releasing cool versions of their semi-automatic versions of their rifles or their military stuff instead of just a whole new kind of bastardized design like the SL8. But this gun, I guess I didn't show you the ergs either. Ambi safety, much unlike AR-15s, you can actually chamber these or select these to safe while the hammer's back. That's a nice feature. The charging handle has a built-in forward assist, which if you, okay, also there's a bolt catch underneath here, this little guy right there. There are aftermarket ones you can get that drop down, so you can actually release the bolt with your index finger as well. But in the trigger guard, pull this back, pop that up. That locks it. Now the way to unlock it is to throw in a full mag and then rip back on this guy. And as you can see, this flips back home. It's ambidextrous. You can do the same thing on the other side, and it does lock in like a forward assist. Or you can just leave it floppy, whatever you desire. So that's it. That's the gun. Oh, quick note for the people that couldn't find the real G36 Beta Mag. This is not the real G36 Beta Mag. This is the cop-out. This is the AR one by Korean KCI. But there is a Beta Mag that goes in the standard G36 magwell. This guy right here. That would lock in. Boots 100 rounds. But if you can't find that and you've got the AR magwell, you can toss this in there. Though, just as a note, when you do, you block this. I wasn't paying attention. I did this, and then I had a really fun time trying to get a pen to depress this to then enough where I could pull this out. So just fun fact, fun little quick story. This video is already way too long, so I'm going to cut it there and see you next time.